Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Once again, we are here in the car and we have watched yet another film. We are single-handedly keeping our local theater in business. Well, that's okay. I actually enjoy the movies. Tonight's film, I hope that you guys know I like movies. That's why we do an entire YouTube channel dedicated to it. Anyway, tonight's film was the psychological horror thriller, supernatural, I guess, horror thriller, Nefarious. So there's a little bit of a break right now with the cinema release schedule because Guardians came out last week, so literally everybody is not releasing their next big title for the next couple of weeks. So we just decided to go watch Nefarious because we saw that it had great reviews on the audience side, really bad reviews on the critical side. So we figured, hey, why don't we go and give you guys our honest take on it so that you can make a better decision on if you want to support this movie or not. So with that out of the way, DJ, 1 to 10.
I'm going to give it a 6.
Okay, why?
So for me personally, especially the acting is really solid, specifically from the lead, the evil character, I would say. Really well done, very convincing, very well done. However, part of the issues is the first half of the film is pretty solid. It gets a little rickety towards the end, and another major issue that I kind of have with it is some of the other acting involved, some of the plot involved outside of that character gets a little shaky, hard to follow sometimes. There's some weird choices in some of the cinematography.
Yeah.
So we can go more in detail a little bit later. So if you want to give your take on it.
Okay, so I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit divided on which way to go with this, just because there's parts of this movie that are really good, and I really want to have a score that reflects the good parts of the film, but there are parts of it that I'm not a fan of, and there's parts of it that, honestly, I'm probably going to have a bit of a controversial take on it compared to like some other people. So I'm going to split it. I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay, there. Go for it.
And the reason I give it a 5 is the cinematography is actually really well done. The score is very minimalistic, but that's because this is a very, very dialogue-heavy film. The fact that there isn't a lot of score actually benefits the film. They made very good decisions, film-wise, direction-wise. The cinematography is very good. You get a very good sense of the atmosphere and the fact that the words that they are saying is what's important, and you have to pay attention to pretty much everything that is being said. It has a pretty good pace. The actor who plays Nefarious, or Edward, is incredible.
Absolutely amazing.
He is the best part of this film. He does a very, very good job. I am not going to lie, feel very empathetic towards him, especially by the end of the film. You feel this, you feel the constraint, you feel the pull, you feel the heartstrings getting tugged whenever he is on screen as Edward, and then you understand when he is on screen as Nefarious. That's not necessarily a spoiler because...
No, that's fine.
It's very, very well done. The actors did a very good job. The main lead was a bit bland.
That was my problem. That's what I was talking about, like some of the act. Like, he's good. He gets a little better towards the middle, but at the beginning and the end, he doesn't sell his character very well.
Yeah.
But in that middle part where they're getting back and forth, some of his scenes and emotions feel a little forced rather than natural. Whereas, I will say, it almost feels, maybe it's just because the other guy's so good that in comparison, he's just kind of stiff.
That's true.
Because he does so good. Everybody else in the film feels like, eh.
Yeah. The beginning of it is bland. The cinematography is very good. That's what's driving the main force of the movie. The middle is wonderful. It is excellent all the way through till the climax of the film. And then the ending, in my opinion, is just a poor choice.
Okay.
We're a little bit quicker than normal, but this was kind of a short film. There's not really a lot to discuss outside of spoilers, so I think that we'll go ahead and move on into spoilers, like just open it up for more discussion that would include things that possibly could spoil. So from here on, you've been warned. We're going to just analyze the film a little bit, and we probably will get into spoilers. So I'm just going to say it right now, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. If you are going to see the movie, you're going to see it. If you like psychological horrors and things like that, you're probably going to enjoy this a little bit. It is not the greatest movie, but it is actually a very good movie, and I actually would be interested in more horror films of this.
No, I agree. I would like to see more like this.
Yeah.
Just maybe a little better done, but it's almost, it feels like a set piece. So to get into spoilers, and part of the reason why I give it a 6, and I know you have some thoughts too about this, I'll let you do the end because you had a better think than me. I kind of want to hit the beginning pretty hard.
Yeah, there's stuff I want to hit like throughout.
Yeah, so
and it's
So the beginning of the film has a guy's getting executed, and it's a doctor is coming to get him. So at the very, very, very beginning, there's a psychiatrist that's like just doing his thing, and he kills himself, and then it goes right into his protege, or like his student.
Yeah,
goes in to deem whether or not this person is psychologically sound, so that they can execute him, because state law does not allow them to do it otherwise.
Right, and he has to have the interview, everything all the way through to the psychological evaluation, signed off, no kidding, ready for the governor by 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because they are trying to execute him at 11. So there's pressure on his part to get the evaluation done well, but done very, very quickly.
Yep.
So there is a tension there.
Yep.
Where it's like every moment that they're spending together counts.
Yep. And
I think that works very well.
That works really well. The beginning scene with the psychiatrist was very interesting. Like that got me right into it. The issue I had, like the cinematography of him going into the prison is brilliant. It keeps cutting between each section. He's doing his thing, is building the tension, and they're talking about this guy and giving him the rundown. It's a little exposition-y, but it works in a dialogue-heavy film like this because they're letting you know what to expect from this person. So you've got all these ideas of what they're going to be like, and then it's completely not what you expect.
Right.
And it's really well done, but some of the dialogue and some of the talking itself is kind of bland or rough. It's very
bland, rough, quickly done, and it's a little lazy.
It
falls into the trope of, as you know, that's just bad.
But then as soon as they get into the cell, everything from that moment until the climax is solid. What, 70-80% of this movie is literally these two characters, the psychiatrist and the inmate, just talking to each other. And the tension is strong and it's solid because it's all the acting, the dialogue's good, and this, like you said, that character, the Nefarious, he carries this film so well, and the tension is so strong and so high. And I figured when he tried to pull the gun, I was like, "There's no way that thing wasn't loaded. That must have been a miracle." It's kind of how I felt when I saw it, which is exactly what I thought. And but then. Right after that, they hammer that a little too hard, and I'll let you take the end.
Okay. So yeah, just like to go like straight through. I have other things I want to talk about.
Oh, go ahead. I just want to
for the ending. Yeah. So for the ending, the ending, in my opinion, is the worst, most cringy, awful ending, and it shows that the people who wrote this wrote "God is not dead." Because they suck at ending movies. These guys really grind my gears. Like, I'm not going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. God's Not Dead, the writers actually kind of grind my gears. Just personally as a film goer and as a Christian, they grind my gears. But anyway,
fair enough.
They have an interview with Glenn Beck and the psychologist.
Right.
And he is trying to sell a book.
Right.
And the entire time, Glenn Beck is being kind of pompous, and he's kind of being like, I know better. I know all these things.
People say about him like he has a soft pompousness. My actual biggest complaint about it was the cinematography. That's what
the cinematography's not good in that.
So that was my problem.
Bad. The set's bad.
Right, but when he goes to the execution up to the end, the cinematography starts to flounder a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like solid, and then it goes all over the place. And the cinematography on the interview, Like, it's really close to Glenn Beck's face.
Oh, yeah, it's way too close to his face.
And it's a little too close to the psychiatrist's face. I'm like, back up a little bit.
Like, I wish that they had just filmed it like they filmed a TV show.
Like they do in most shows. A talk show with just at the distance with the two of them talking, it would have been fine.
Because they're literally on a talk show.
Yes, but it's like right up in his face. And I'm like, why are we so close? When you're this close to my face, it makes me a little uncomfortable about it.
Especially on the big screen.
He's like, so, how did this make you feel? It's like, Glenn, stop!
You're missing the fact that he's literally leaning like this.
Yeah. It's like,
and
so, tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. How did that make you feel, Mr. Psychiatrist guy?
Pretty much. It's really badly shot. And the other thing is that halfway through their little interview when he's doing this whole thing, I'm sitting there, I'm going, this is scripted. Glenn Beck is not a good actor. He is pretending that he is actually actively acting like he is a character named Glenn Beck, who is...
It would have actually been better if they could just let him run in the show and not know it wasn't a real guest. Yeah, it probably would have been better.
Rules of the camera. Anyway,
I mean, yeah, I know. Go ahead, and give your other spiel about the middle parts. I know there was a couple things you had about that.
A couple of other things that are in middle part. I like the fact that they brought in a really, really super liberal, washed up priest.
Oh, that was
They should have played into that a little bit more and explained why the demon was perfectly fine with this. There are scenes in it where they get a little heavy-handed with some of the political messaging, but then, interestingly enough, for a Christian horror movie, they are not actually accurately heavy when it comes to any theological stance. There is no explanation of the gospel message. There is no explanation of why the demon is doing what he's doing.
Right.
There is no explanation on...
Well, there's an explanation from the demon's point of view.
There's an explanation from the demon's point of view, but there's no counter.
Right.
And there's no sense of... So they introduced the barber. And the barber says, you're never beyond forgiveness. But then he immediately becomes a jerk to the guy. I'm like, it's a little bit tropey for a Christian film, but it would have been interesting if he ran into an actual, like, compassionate, changed, reformed kind of Christian who goes, you're never beyond redemption, and actually have him not talk to the demon, have him talk to Edward. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. There's a lot of choices that they could have made. They could have been more heavy-handed in some places. They could have been more subtle in some places. It seems like they just were picking the wrong moments to stick to, and picking the wrong moments to not lean into. The actor was great. The demon was great. A lot of the stuff they said was great. This film is well shot in some places.
If it was
not shot well in other places.
If they just cut this film where it's just the two of them talking the whole time, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
Just cut everything else out. Nothing else matters.
Yeah, literally, this film is a 5. Because I'm not going to say it's horrible, but it's not good. It's not bad. It's not good. It's 5.
I gave it a 6 because I enjoyed it more than I didn't. The scenes with the interview were so strong, I was okay with it. All right, Close this out, John.
All right, yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, we're really enjoying this stuff. I hope that you are enjoying our content. Please give us your thoughts in the comment section. If you've seen this film, what did you think? If you haven't gone to the film, explain why not if you've gotten to the end of the video.
Because they want our version of it. They don't need to watch it anymore. Yeah. Here's the movie. Don't go see it.
Yeah.
Or do.
You know what? Just cut all this stuff out. I'm just going to redo the ending.
That's fine. Go.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are enjoying going to the films every week. We like doing this channel. We like giving you guys our honest reviews and stuff like that. It is a very interesting experience. Not only just picking out the films, but actually going to the movie theater every week. Like, we will end up watching probably about 52 films this year, which is crazy to think about. That, one, they're releasing so many films, and two, we're able to actually see them all.
It's wild.
Yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be interacting with us a little bit. Let us know what type of films you want us to go see as the blockbuster season is rolling in. What did you think about the film? And what would you have done if you were going to change it if you have seen it? Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thanks for watching.